Today, I want to invite you into a simple but radical truth. And truth so old that ancient mystics whispered it, so profound that modern physics keeps circling around it, and yet so practical that it affects how you wake up in the morning, how you walk through your day, how you deal with pain, fear, money, people, and even the quiet voice inside your own head. The truth is this: all is mind. The universe is mental. Everything you experience is arising within consciousness, not outside of it. Now, when you hear something like that, the first instinct is to reject it, because we've been conditioned to believe that the world out there is solid, independent, and objective, and that our mind is just some private little space inside the skull. But what if the opposite is true? What if what you call your life, your relationships, your job, your struggles, your desires, your successes, all of it is happening inside a field of awareness that you are directly part of? What if the mind is not in the world, but the world is in the mind? Pause for a moment. Look around wherever you are. Notice something. Everything you see, everything you hear, everything you feel is happening inside your awareness. You've never experienced anything outside of consciousness. Even the feeling of having a body, the sense of me and my life, appears inside this mental field. And if you really sink into this, not as a philosophy, but as a fact, something extraordinary begins to happen. Life becomes less rigid. Problems become less absolute. And you begin to realize that the quality of your inner world shapes the quality of everything you call reality. Think about your ordinary day. You wake up. Maybe your mind starts running. I'm late. I didn't finish that task. I hope today isn't stressful. Before you even leave your bed, the mind is already creating a world of tension, pressure, and expectation. And what happens? The day begins to mirror that state. You meet a challenge, and instead of seeing it clearly, you see it through the lens of worry. You talk to someone, but you're not really hearing them. You're hearing your own thoughts about them. You walk through the world, but your mind is projecting its stories onto everything around you. Not because the world is inherently stressful, but because the universe you are living in, moment by moment, is mental. You're not reacting to life. You're reacting to your thoughts about life. The outer world becomes a projection screen for the inner one. Jiddu Krishnamurti once said, "Your mind creates the world and then becomes a prisoner of its own creation." And if you watch yourself carefully, you see this is true. How many times have you imagined someone was upset with you, only to find out later it was never the case? How many times have you predicted that things would go wrong, and your fear guided your decisions in such a way that they eventually did go wrong? How many times have you decided someone was difficult, and suddenly everything they do feels irritating? You are not living with people. You are living with your thoughts about people. All is mind. Let's go even deeper. Alan Watts, with his playful wisdom, would often say, "You and the universe are not separate. You are apertures through which the universe looks at itself." Meaning, consciousness is not personal. It's not yours. It's universal. Like waves on the ocean, we appear separate, but underneath, we are the same water, the same mental field. Your fear, your joy, my joy. All of it arises from the same underlying consciousness. And when we forget this, we feel isolated, anxious, and disconnected. But when we remember it, life becomes much lighter. You begin to take things less personally. You stop carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders. You realize you are not a separate little thinker trapped inside a skull. You are awareness itself, flowing through this human experience. And yet, this isn't meant to be abstract. Let's bring it back into daily life. Let's say you're sitting in traffic. Nothing is moving. People are honking. Maybe you're late. Notice how quickly the mind reacts. Why is this happening? I can't be late. This is terrible. Immediately, the body tightens. The breath becomes shallow. The mind creates a mental universe of urgency, and you suffer inside it. But if you pause and notice, you realize the traffic isn't stressful. It's your thoughts about the traffic that create stress. The situation is neutral. The story is mental. Or think about someone who speaks harshly to you. Instantly, the mental world forms. They don't respect me. Why did they say that? Maybe there's something wrong with me. Before you know it, you're living in a universe of emotional turbulence created entirely inside the mind. And yet, nothing outside has actually harmed you. The reaction happened within consciousness. And if you become aware of this, deeply aware, a transformation begins. Suddenly there is space. You see the thoughts forming and you realize, these are not facts, they are appearances. Eckhart Tolle would call this the shift from thinking to awareness. The moment you notice the thought, you are no longer trapped inside it. And in that space, the mental universe softens. The world becomes less heavy, less solid, less threatening. This is not denial. This is clarity. To say the universe is mental does not mean the world isn't real. It means the world is real in a different way. Real as an experience. Real as consciousness playing out in form. Real as something fluid rather than rigid. When your mindset changes, your world changes, not magically, but naturally. Opportunities appear where before you only saw obstacles. Solutions appear where you only saw problems. People respond differently when your energy changes. This is not superstition. This is psychology, spirituality, and lived experience merging into one truth. Let's explore something even deeper. When you close your eyes, where is the world? You'll say it's still there, but for you, experientially, the only world you know at that moment is the one appearing in your mind. Sensations, sounds, memories, thoughts, imagination. Everything happens inside awareness. And the strange thing is, when you open your eyes again, the world continues to appear within awareness. The visual world is also an experience arising in consciousness. No matter how far you go, you can't escape this one truth. You never step outside your mind. Now think of how much power this gives you. If all experience happens within the mental field, then the key to shaping your life is not trying to rearrange the outside world, but understanding how your inner world works. The most successful, peaceful, creative people you know are not those with perfect external conditions, but those who have learned to work with their mind. They mastered the mental universe first. And then the external world followed. We've all had moments where life feels impossible, where problems feel like heavy rocks, but every rock is shaped by the mind holding it. Change the mind, and the weight shifts. Sometimes a problem that looked gigantic suddenly looks manageable. Sometimes what felt like a dead end becomes a doorway. This is the mental universe adjusting as your consciousness adjusts. When you realize this, something beautiful happens. You begin to take responsibility, not in the sense of blame, but in the sense of empowerment. You stop waiting for the world to give you permission to live. You stop expecting circumstances to arrange themselves before you feel worthy, confident, or capable. You understand that your state of consciousness comes first. The mental universe shapes the lived universe. But this isn't only about positivity or mindset. It's about seeing clearly, seeing the world as it is, without the filters, without the fear, without the conditioning. When the mind is quiet, the universe stops being an enemy or an obstacle. It becomes intimate, alive, responsive. When you walk with awareness, the simplest things feel miraculous. The sound of the wind, the movement of your breath, the presence of another human being. Imagine living with that sense of clarity. Imagine navigating life not from fear, but from presence. Imagine responding instead of reacting. That alone changes everything. Now let's touch the deepest layer. If the universe is mental, then consciousness is the foundation of reality, meaning everything you experience, love, joy, sadness, fear, hope, all of it is waves arising in the same ocean of awareness. And you are that awareness, not the thoughts, not the emotions, not the stories. You are the field in which they arise. This means you are larger than any problem you face, larger than any fear that visits you, larger than any past that tries to define you. You are not inside the mind. The mind is inside you. You are not inside the universe. The universe is appearing in the field of consciousness that you are. When you understand this deeply, your life shifts from effort to alignment, from struggle to clarity, from unconscious reaction to conscious creation. You realize that the world you experience tomorrow will largely be shaped by the mind you cultivate today. If you nurture awareness, presence, clarity, and inner peace, these qualities flow into your daily interactions, your decisions, your opportunities, your relationships, and your sense of purpose. You begin to live intentionally rather than accidentally. And slowly, the world mirrors that intention. All is mind. The universe is mental. This is not a belief. It's an invitation to observe your life directly, to see how your inner world shapes your outer world, to experiment with awareness, to challenge your assumptions, to watch how your reality shifts when your consciousness shifts. If you begin to live even a little from this understanding, you enter a different kind of life. A life where you're not merely surviving, not merely reacting, but consciously participating in the unfolding of your own experience. The universe becomes not something happening to you, but something happening through you. And when you understand this, not intellectually, but experientially, a new possibility opens up. The realization that the mind is not your enemy, but a tool, a canvas, a bridge between the infinite consciousness that you are and the living world you walk through every day. Your thoughts matter. Your presence matters. Your awareness matters, because they shape the universe you live in. All is mind. And when you awaken to this, everything becomes possible.